Hello, you wonderful Wastelanders. Welcome back to Fallout 4 Horizon. I am the Wanderer, and we're back at Sanctuary. So last episode, we went down to Corvega, got out the minigun, and messed some people up. I'm going to talk to Preston here in a second and get that quest turned in, so that should all be done. Did talk to the people over at Ten Pines Bluffs. We now have that settlement, so we've got a nice little supply line going here. Not too many settlers at each one, but that's okay. We're going to expand that. So I have a ton of stuff to talk to you guys about. Basically, last week I had a really bad ear infection, and I don't know if you ever had an ear infection as an adult, but they really suck, especially if it gets the inner ear like it did for me. It was pretty horrendous. It hurt so bad that I couldn't use my headset, so I ended up actually not being able to record anything for like an entire week because my ear hurt so bad I could not bear to have my headset on top of it. And I tried using speakers and just kind of having a little bit of echo in the background, but it was way too much. It was no good. You guys would have heard like an echo the entire time on the game sound, and the other option was just get rid of the game sound for me. And that just I don't know. I could have done it, but I do this for fun, and if it's not fun because I can't hear the game sound, then I don't want to do it. So, anyway, you probably notice, number one, that the world looks like default Fallout 4. The trees are normal. Well, they're vivid trees, but they are just kind of slightly retextured, better-looking trees. So that's back to normal. I decided I'm just going to play with this mode. Also, I've removed my ENB for performance reasons, as well as just because, every time I use an ENB, I think that it's going to be awesome because I look at screenshots, it's like, oh, this is so great, And then in practice, it's like, it's okay. So yeah, I went ahead and got rid of the ENB. I'm okay with Fallout 4's like default color scheme and lighting and everything. I think the game looks good. I could use the Fallout 4. The one I do like. Okay, the one ENB I really love is the Enhanced Wasteland preset, and I've used that before in my regular survival mode playthrough. I love that. However, it is rather taxing on your system, and it kind of kills my frames when I'm in like downtown or anything. So it's not really an option if I want to have decent performance and give you guys a good gameplay. So anyway, some other stuff. I've installed Horizon 1.7. So that's available now, and I've installed the weapon pack as well. And I wanted to see, you're supposed to be able to, I think it's under the contracted work here. It's not here. Where are the weapons at? Is it here? Here we go. I bet you, no? Weapons, here we go, this is it. Okay, so you can, oh, this is awesome. This is so freaking cool, man. So, as you guys probably know, one of my biggest complaints is that I'm stuck with this crappy pipe rifle. It does no damage, and I'm just burning through ammo on it because I have I've got no decent. Oh, nice! This is holy crap! This is really cool. This hollow rifle. And the Watts rifle here. And this laser pistol. So, and it requires Future Soldier rank 2. And this one's Science rank 1 or the Fact or Fiction recipe, which is going to be one of those magazines that you can get. Anyways, they add all of these new weapons, and they are official weapons, right? These are official Horizon compatible weapons pack, and it's just freaking awesome, man. They add so much cool stuff. You can't find these, and they don't drop. You have to craft them, and they're kind of costly to make. So, but they're definitely within reason. Did find out, by the way, where you get the fusion casing from, those are actually bought from like Tegan and people like that up on the Pridwin, so you can get them up there. So definitely want to do a Brotherhood playthrough if you're going to be doing, or at least be on friendly terms with the Brotherhood. If you're going to be doing a heavy weapons type build or a power armor type build. Now, where are my... I guess all my ammo is down at Starlight Drive-In. So, what weapons do I have on me? I don't think I have anything, do I? Just my combat knife. Okay, so I gotta go pick up my pipe rifle and stuff. Gosh, I am just going on and on and on, aren't I? Anyways, I had the bad ear infection, so I couldn't record. So I started a new playthrough, and I played quite a ways through Horizon. I got quite far. By the way, I am planning to go ahead and scrap all of these sim settlements, at least for Sanctuary. I just feel like, I don't know, it's not really what I want for here, if that makes sense. I'm gonna toss some beds down just so they have beds so they don't complain and start losing happiness, because we need to get 75% happiness, and then we're gonna send all of our settlers from other places over here, so we have 15 settlers here. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. Let me go ahead and scrap these. Not that I won't use some settlements, but kaboom, kaboom. Might be the best part of this mod, just blowing them up. Alright, so there we go. They are scrapped. Not sure why my spotlights don't work. What I'm going to be doing is creating kind of a repaired... I'll leave these. I'll leave the shops over here. Those are kind of cool. But I'm going to be repairing these buildings and using a method I saw from No Respawns. And it's really, really cool. I really like how it looks. And I do need kind of a flat area to do this, though. I might go ahead and scrap a couple of these, like... Yeah, scrap that one. And, you know what? These are not even in use, so... Screw it, we're gonna scrap them. We'll do this later. I need this space right now to make these things. Let's talk to Preston. Let's get this quest done real quick.
I cleared out that spot you sent me to.
Hold on, did I put a point in Idiot Savant? Yes, I did.
Set up a radio beacon there.
That's great news. Once folks have some place to call their own, they'll be willing to help defend it. As usual, I have something else for you to look into.
Of course you do, Preston.
That we're having trouble communicating with all our settlements. It's a good problem to have, and I have a solution. I think it's time to retake the castle. It used to be the Meridian HQ,
already?
way before my time. Well fortified, centrally located, and most important, it has a powerful radio transmitter we can use to broadcast to the whole Commonwealth.
I guess, man, it seems kind of premature.
I don't see how that helps us. We already have an HQ.
It's the radio transmitter that we need. Whether we fully rebuild the castle after retaking it will be up to you. So, should I have an assault force assemble near the castle?
I don't know if I should send him or not.
Yeah, let's do this.
We'll do some recon and meet you outside the castle. See you there.
Okay, I'm not gonna do this for a while. Actually, oh shit, I don't know if I should have done that or not. The castle is, you know, way over here. I haven't even touched Cambridge yet. I mean, I could run through and do the castle and start building it up. It would be nice to have it, but man, like, I haven't even gone to Diamond City or anything yet, you know. We're still very much in the beginning of the game. Surprised he's already given me that quest. But having the castle would be really nice, too. And there's a lot of great weapons and stuff in there that I could really use. A lot of ammo and weapons, and it'll definitely be my headquarters. You know what, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and build up all of these things, all these houses real quick, or at least most of them. I don't think I'll have materials for all of them. And then I'll get back to you. I'll show you how to do one of them as well. Alright guys, so finished product first here. As you can see, I've kind of repaired, well thanks Dogmeat, kind of repaired this building here. So what I've done is added a kind of a rebuilt look to this, right? And I've kind of enclosed the garage area for more bedding area and stuff. Put a floor in, as well as a ceiling. I don't know if you can see it there, but if you look right there, that's actually a ceiling added as well, because there are huge holes in these things. Like if you look in them, if you look at one that's not modified, like if you run over here and look at this, right? There's just holes everywhere, man. Like you'd be getting rain and radiation, and you're just exposed. It's no good. So what I've done is actually added a floor, a roof, and patched up the walls here for defenses and just, you know, to kind of keep you out of the elements as best you could. Now, it's not perfect, you know. I mean, the idea is to have it look kind of boarded up and crappy and just slapped together with what you have on hand. It's supposed to be immersive, right? It's not supposed to be this really nice thing. So, now this one is kind of unique in that this is the player's old home, and it has a functional door on it. The rest of the houses don't have doors on them, but you can add them. So let me show you how I do this. Now, first off, I did get spring cleaning installed, and I've gone ahead and scrapped the majority of the you know, stuff on the ground here. Like, if you look at a different house here, let me run over to a different one real quick and show you. There's just all kinds of crap on the floor, you know. I used to have some random beds over here just for people to sleep on while I'm doing all this stuff. But there's all this stuff on the floor, right? Now with spring cleaning, you can actually target that stuff with this rubble here, and you can scrap it. And it gives you like a very small amount of stuff. Cloth and cork, who cares? You know, it's not like a lot of stuff. It's not a lot of materials. So, and who's to say you didn't find like a rag in there anyway? So I think it's immersive personally. I have no problem with it. But yeah, so you can do that, and you have to be really careful because you can literally like scrap this entire thing. It only gives you 10 wood and 10 steel, so it's not like it's a huge benefit to do so. You can even scrap the floor here. Like if you wanted to, you could scrap literally anything. This would be like an empty open field. Like you could literally scrap everything, but like even the road I think you can scrap here eventually. You can scrap the sidewalks, you can scrap the stuff here, you can scrap the driveway. It's insane, everything you can scrap. It's like it unlocks basically developer mode, okay, on the game. Really, really cool. Now I did send some settlers up here, so I gotta make some more beds, I forgot. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Just gonna throw a few beds in here just to keep them happy while I'm doing stuff, because I don't want my happiness to go down. I've got 10 people here now, so I need to get 5 more from other settlements and a little bit more happiness, and I'll finally complete the first rank of that quest. So that's what I did. Let me show you how I did it. Now this is 100% ripped off from No Respawns, okay? So, you know, don't yell at me. I thought it was awesome. I wanted to use it. That's what he does, man. He makes cool videos on how to build stuff, and he's really, really creative. So it helps people like me that are not quite so creative do this kind of stuff. So you take your shack floor, you put it on a nice flat surface like this. Doesn't have to be this, but an area like this, and then you toss on a wall. It can be small or it can be whatever. I really like this type of wall, personally. And then you go over here and you grab your upper shack floor, and you go ahead and fill out the entire ceiling here. You can fill out the floor too, but I find it's easier to snap the floor in afterwards, personally. Doesn't really matter either way, though. I mean, if you're using, if you're on if you're doing this, if you're watching this, you probably don't have access to most of these mods anyway, because you're on console. If you're watching this on console, that is. But if you're on console, there is a way you can do this, but you're gonna have to watch No Respawn's video on how to do it. He has to like rug glitch it in place and stuff, and do some crazy stuff to it to actually make it work. So I'm not gonna do that. I am just gonna shove this thing into place because I have the mods that let me do that. So you kind of line up your corner here, and you try to get this as close as you can on both corners without actually clipping through. And try to line it up so that everything... Yep, that's just about right. A little more this way, a little more that way. It's about good. Let me see how this looks. I need to go over and check on the corners here. So that looks good. That corner looks good. How about this one? That one is a bit further back, isn't it? I can't really see it. Okay, well, we can always move again. Now, if you're doing this on console using No Respawns method, then you cannot move it again. Once you put it into place, you're done. He actually, the main reason he does this is to cover up the nasty floors. Now I'm doing it just because I just like the look of everything. So you wouldn't have to put in these floors, right? Because like we cleaned up the floors, so you wouldn't have to put them in. I'm going to go ahead and put them in though, just because I like the look of it. And because if you don't, you've got a gap. Like if you take this off, you're going to have a gap below the walls there, and I think it looks kind of bad. So I don't care for that. So we're going to actually take them off. So we're going to actually put the floors on here. So let's, nope, not like that. Nope, don't select that, dear God. Don't want to move the whole house. Now, from what I understand, these will snap through like this without a problem on console as well, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem with this. As long as you initially have it in place, right? Like it's kind of a glitch, right? It's kind of buggy. No, down, thank you. And so there, that's good. There's our floor. Now, you're gonna notice that, you know, we're getting a little bit close in the ceiling here. Now, there's plenty of headroom still, and you want to make sure that you can actually walk through all the doors properly, and that your settlers can too. Otherwise, you know, it's not immersive, right? So, okay, we're gonna add in a couple other things. We're gonna add in a doorway, and the doorway is gonna determine. Oh, you know what? The doorway is over on this one, isn't it? Okay, so I'm not gonna put a doorway there. I'm gonna put a doorway either here or here. I think I like it better over here. Let's do that. So now I like on the edges here to use these kind of outer cap pieces because they just look great. It's like they're supporting this falling down roof, right? It just looks good. You know, mix them up if you want. Use some of the crappy ones. Again, this is all just for, whoops, don't mean to do that. This is all just for roleplay purposes. Careful on using your steel up there. You don't want to use too much steel. And then I go through, and he does, No Response does as well, and I quite agree with this. I like it a lot. He goes through and he boards up the windows that are open here. So, and again, you know, just kind of mess around with it, have some fun. Use different wall pieces. You could go around the whole thing like this, but you don't have to. Definitely don't have to. So there's that, and then we'll do one more outer cap piece here. And there we go. There is a repaired sanctuary home ready to move into. Let's slap a door on that. Again, this is the no respawns method. Go check his channel out if you haven't already. So there is our doorway. And there we go. We've got a nicely built up kind of restored home, and we've got a ceiling and a floor, and yeah, it's just cool. And I feel like this is very immersive. This is what people would do, right? They would come and fix up what's here. They wouldn't just build all new stuff. Now, you know, there's my barn over there, which looks really cool, which I like, but for the rest of them, we're gonna do this. So then of course you can grab a couple of beds here, and we'll just slap some beds down. And of course, you can have this as like a dining room area if you want to decorate it for your settlers. If you want to go that in depth with stuff, you know, you don't have to, but you certainly can. And you know, this does not give much in the way of experience, so don't worry too much about, oh, it's overpowered or anything. No, it gives you 1 experience per. I could like build this whole place like this, and I would maybe get like 1/4 of a level. It'd be pretty minimal. So yeah, that's how you do it. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, at least all that I can with my materials that I currently have, and I'll see you once we're done. Alright guys, I am done, finally. That was like an hour and a half of building these things. It's not hard once you get down, but it is a bit tedious to go through and do them all, so there are a couple of them that come out a bit weird, like this one for example. I want to show you it. You end up with like half of an area left here. So what I'm going to do is, rather than use these pieces, move my bed over here for a second, and we're going to use in the structures, wood, and walls. We're going to use an angled wall piece. So I'm going to use some of these type things. So if you use this, now it'll come out just about perfect. So that works out just about right on the length. Yeah, some of them just have this kind of like a half extra piece there. And did I make one? Okay, they were good. Thought I was stuck for a second there. And of course, then you have to go back through and get your little end pieces for these. Pop those into place, and there you go. So if you have trouble with that, try using those angled wall pieces, and that should help you out a bit. I've also been gathering my crops in the meantime, so I'm going to plant some more of those, as they're not quite ready for harvest again yet, but hopefully soon. Now at this point in the game, I think I need to let me look at my settlements here. We're really close. Actually, hold on. Is 70% enough? You don't need 75%, do you? It's just 70%.
You better keep your mouth shut about this.
Shut up, Marcy. Get out of here. Alright, let me see. Yeah, 15 at 70%. So we are at the 70% mark. And we just need some more settlers here. So need 5 more settlers. So I'm going to go to all my settlements and send settlers here, as many as I can. Hopefully we'll have 15, then we'll finish this quest and we'll unlock Trailblazer, which is needed for a whole crap ton of other stuff that I need to make. And I'm also really hungry, so there we go. We're now well fed. So I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to be super boring and tedious, and it looks like it's going to rain. Let's hope not, but it looks like it's going to rain. So anyway, I'll be doing that, and I'll see you once I'm done. Alright guys, so I'm up at 10 Pines Bluff, and I've gone around to a couple of the settlements already, and done stuff there. Now, I am going to go ahead and I think I need 2 more at Sanctuary, and I should get this quest done. So I'm going to try to assign 2 of these guys that are not really needed here. Let's see, we're going to assign you over to Sanctuary. And that should do it. Now
assign someone to this.
It might require some time to reload. Of course, I've been going around and getting all my crops too. But that'll allow me to get a lot more people up in, or a lot more stuff up in Sanctuary Hills too. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Sanctuary now. Hopefully that triggers the quest. Actually, I'm gonna. Starlight's not too far away. I should go down to Starlight and check on my crops down there too. So I'm gonna go down to Starlight, then run back up to Sanctuary, and then I'll see you once I'm there. Alright guys, so I'm back up at Sanctuary. I'm not sure what's going on, like the quest is not triggering, but I did kind of fudge it by sending people up here. I mean, if you look at, oops, not that. If you look at my Pip-Boy and go into data here and workshops, you can see that we do have 16 people up here in Sanctuary Hills, and we have 70% happiness, so I think that should be good. Now, let me make sure. Got plenty of defenses, and power, and water, and food, and everything else, so this should be working properly. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to gain like 1% more happiness before it actually goes through or something. Or maybe I should just go and look at the quest table here. Maybe that'll help it out, or... Okay, it says successful. Can I... Oh, so can I advance quest now? Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. So I have gained the following. So it did go through. It didn't give me a notification that it went through, but it did work. It just checks to see if you have it. You have to come back to your command table. You select your command table, and it's like, okay, yeah, here you go. You've gotten it. So what do I want here? I think I definitely want copper. That's going to be the most difficult thing, just for decorating purposes, because I don't have very much copper. So yeah, let's have them go and strip telephone cables. So now we have Trailblazer. So now the next step is to get 3 successful settlements, and you have to get them all to 15 settlers and 70% happiness. So it's gonna take some time here, just because they're gonna have to actually, like, we need to actually have people show up at our settlements, because right now they're very minimal. because they're all at Sanctuary, right? But that's fine. It's totally okay. So, at this point in the game, I need to basically work on building up my farms and getting them how I want them, and getting them ready for people. There we go. Now my carrots are coming up and stuff. I want a very equal ratio of. Like potatoes to mute fruit to corn, like a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio of that, with a couple of extras like carrots and stuff. So I'm probably going to tear this all down and redo the whole thing, and then reassign all my settlers, and then try to get that ratio kind of worked out at every settlement and organized well. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take some time, and I'll talk to you once that's done. Alright guys, this is pretty ideal. I've got a 1-to-1 ratio on most of the stuff. Now I'm missing like 1 corn here, couple corn here, but otherwise it's a pretty even 1-to-1 ratio. I've got like, 12 corn, then 12 potatoes, and good god, that's a lot of frame loss, then 12 mute fruit, and then, only 10 corn here. But anyway, that's the idea, is I'm going to have like a 1-to-1 ratio on everything here. That way they're all being harvested evenly. If you look at my stats here, I've got 16 settlers total, and they're harvesting 62 food. Now, Mile Murphy counts as 1, and she does nothing. The Caravaner counts as 1, and they do nothing, except for the supply caravan. And then Preston is also technically here, and he's off, at the castle or whatever. So, really we only have 13 people here, and if you go 13 times 7, or 13 times 6, that would be 60, So I'm short a couple. It should be like 78 total food. Not sure what, oh, you know what, I need to get rid of these. Get off them gourds. We are no longer farming gourds, people. No. Okay, you're gonna go over here and farm this stuff then. Assuming I have enough.
Got it.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. So this is a nice, successful settlement. This is what I want to have for all of my settlements, is to have all this stuff done. So at this point, I need to go to my other settlements and see if I can get them kind of in shape and prepared to do the same thing that we're doing here. Ideally we want to, because we need 3 of them to get the next rank of Trailblazer, and I really need to progress in Trailblazer before I can do other stuff, because that unlocks so many damn things. It's kind of necessary to do that. I know some people complain about that, and they're like, but I don't know. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, I've opened up a lot of stuff. Oh, and I've got, you can make fertilizer with bones and rotten fruit, and I tend to seem to get a lot of those. It seems like, I don't know, it seems like you end up getting like a 1 in 3 chance of getting dried vegetable fibers, which is a packaging material, or an actual crop, like an actual potato or mute fruit or whatever, and then a 1 in 3 chance of just getting, what the heck is it called, a rotten vegetable or fruit. And at that point, you just have to combine it with a bone, and it makes fertilizer, which is useful. I mean, you can, use fertilizer for all kinds of stuff. It's not like it's not useful, but it just kind of sucks. So, anything new? Nothing new. Okay, so that is great. We're in good shape here. What are we at for quests and stuff? Like, what do we need to do here? I'm not going to do this for a long time. Fire support I won't do for a long time either, probably. Okay, I need to go back to the resource management table. I advanced my engineering and empire thing, so I need to go back to here. So what does this give me here? Advanced quest. Got a carpenter saw. Okay, build a lumberyard and assign a settler to it, but it's not yet implemented. So we're not going to do that yet because it's not yet implemented, but you can now build some of these things that we couldn't build before. For example, let's see here. Things like, okay, this requires rank 2 lumberyard. Yeah, so this produces wood, I would assume, and allows you to do that. You can also produce concrete and oil for fuel. Everything, like, ideally, like, would be self-sufficient. So I'm going to look at my other settlements and see if there's anything I can do. Spend the rest of the day doing that. And I'll talk to you once I'm done there. Alright guys, welcome to the new building at Ten Pines Bluff. So, there is this old, very, very much fallen down house back here. And, you know, this is part of it right here, and it's just, there's not much left of it. So, I made a base, and the base is just, let me show you real quick here. The base is just, you know, shack floor, plus these shack wall and roof, you know, these angled pieces that are kind of like a half piece. So I use the same method I kind of used over at Sanctuary, just kind of put this together and then put it into place. And so yeah, it's kind of like repaired now. So then I wanted more space for settlers. This is going to be just for workshop stuff. I like to have a nice workshop available for every settlement, so that's going to be my workshop area. And then we've got a nice porch coming up here and an area for bedding for the settlers. Now I may do some Sim Settlement stuff here as well, but I wasn't liking how the Sim Settlement stuff looked over there. So I went ahead and just kind of built this basic structure. So this up here just kind of mirrors what is down below with the shack wall and roof kind of prefab pieces there. And of course my little stairs going up. By the way, this does not work well with wooden stairs. They don't snap properly. So that's why we're using the barn set here. It does clip through the floor a bit, but nobody's ever going to see it, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, it's all good to go. I've reorganized all of my settlements crops into stuff similar to this. So we've got, like, you know, equal amounts of all three of our adhesive crops growing where we need them. And I'm also going around... I forgot to do this again. This is a mod, by the way, guys. It just lets you increase your build limit by 30 times, which is like more than you'll ever need. So I'm just going around to all my settlements here and making sure as well that I've gotten everything that I want out of them. Things like Nuka-Cola I'll take out, as well as maybe sugar bombs. Some of the foods I'll take out as well. Any oil or fuel that I see, I'll take that out as well. So I'm making sure that they're all recruiting and everything. So this one's good to go, and I think we're all set. I'm going to go back down to Starlight. Just looking at my various settlements here. I think they're all like as good as they're going to get for now. Now I'll probably send... Actually, I might go back to Sanctuary real quick and check to see if my crops have respawned, so I can go ahead and get those, and then I can maybe replant some stuff. Very soon here, if I get like maybe one or two more settlements, I need to go down and get Grey Garden, which will require me to go in the water plant over here. Once I get Grey Garden, I'll have a lot more plants to work with, and I think my expansion of my crops and my settlers will grow very rapidly. I'd like to have quite a lot of... I'd like to have all of my settlements working at like max capacity, not like, you know, all of them with 20 settlers or anything, but all of them with like between 20 and 50 crops, because you have to realize your yield on your crops is only about one third. If you have 60 food at a settlement, you're only going to get 20 total harvest like every 48 hours or whatever it is. So it's kind of rough, like, because, you know, normally at this point in the game, my crops would just explode. They would just like balloon out crazily, and it's just like crazy exponential growth. You start out with just a couple of them, and then before you know it, you keep harvesting and replanting, and by the time you're like level 10 or 12, you've got like an empire of crops. So anyway, that's the goal. I'm gonna do some exploring and stuff too. What are my quests again? I gotta check out and see what I need here. Alright guys, so I'm back at Sanctuary, and I'm just waiting to see if all these pop in or not. Tell you what, I'll do something else while I'm waiting for them, and then I'll come back and take a look. But I do have quite a few crops I can pick over here. The thing is, I'm only going to get like maybe 10 viable plants or so from them, and then those will just be replanted. So I wanted to check out. I can make... What is it here? I can make the water purifier now, I think, with the Trailblazer perk. Let me check. Water... Yeah, I can make the medium... Okay, I can already make that one. I guess you don't need Trailblazer. You just need that for rank 3, huh? Or maybe I've just unlocked it now. Anyway, I've got the stuff for this. I just need a purifier filter, and I'm going to see if I can make that. I should be able to make it at the robotics facility here, under workshop, or maybe tools and parts. Okay, so I need technologist and science, or probably technologist or science. Okay, so I can't make that, but I can make the regular filter, and then, let me check here. So I can make that, and then I can make the regular, come on, come up, there we go. I can make this one without much problem. Got plenty of stuff to make this. So I will make like, I don't know, I think every one of these that you make gives you like 1 water per day. So I'll make like, I don't know, like maybe 2 or 3 of these, and that should produce happiness as well, which is cool. Should make one of these over at Starlight Drive-In too. So okay, let's make, it needs 2 filters, so let's make some filters here. So let's see here, filters, and what do we have? What do we need for this? Does not use adhesive, thank God. Something that does not use adhesive. Because you know, everything in this game uses adhesive. Okay, so we can run over here and make those. Get out of my way, dog meat. So let me see here. Yeah, so we don't have any purifiers down here, so we just got all these generators going for kind of nothing right now. So let's go ahead and make some purifiers. Alright, so we're going to do 2 medium purifiers. 1 and 2. Connect those together. Okay. And that should substantially improve our happiness, because the other ones do not produce happiness. They don't produce purified water either. Now, since we've gotten that done, let me go into here and, okay, here we go. Liquid fuel. I need this liquid fuel. I think it's a good idea to keep your liquid fuel in your spare liquid fuel in your resource management table here. So I'm going to add 20 liquid fuel. Actually, I'm going to add the max liquid fuel. Okay, it's added. And then production management menu. We're producing everything, but we don't have any of the other stuff, so it's no big deal. So now for scrap storage, I'm going to put in the rest of my liquid fuel. Now, what I have learned is that this resource management thing, the scrap storage, this acts as a shared chest, basically, between all of your settlements. Stuff that I put in here, I can grab anywhere. However, you cannot use it from the workshop. So if I put like 1,000 wood in here, I can't build wooden stuff with it. I have to take it out of here and put it into my workshop there. So it's not useful in that way, but that's not really necessary anyway, and it'd be kind of overpowered, to be honest, because you need to have supply lines and stuff for that. So, by the way, there's also, I was confused too about, there's another building you can make that is specifically for resource storage. Where's that? Shared storage, yeah. So this is kind of the same thing. Like, this is a less advanced version of this. Like, it's the same thing, except all it does is allow you to share your scrap between your storages, between your settlements. But you cannot craft stuff in the workshop mode with it. Like, I could not craft a wooden thing or whatever if I had the materials in here or in that shared storage. So there's not too much point in having this if you have one of these, and I think you're always going to want to have one of these at every settlement, at least every one that pretty much every settlement. And the reason is because you can take, like, I'm going to take all of my weapons and stuff. I'm going to take all this stuff, right? Weapons, all my armor. This stuff can stay here. Like all this stuff that's like crafting stuff, this can all stay here because it'll be used automatically whenever you want to make something. As well as this stuff, this will all be saved here. And this stuff too will all be left in here. With the exception of fuel, okay? Liquid fuel you want to put in there. But yeah, like any flares, any ammo, any of these things, any of this stuff that's not used directly for crafting, you're going to want to put it into your scrap storage over here, so your resource management. So open that up, open scrap storage, and when I put this stuff in here, I can then access this stuff from anywhere. So if I put it in there, then I can, for example, go down to Starlight Drive-In, and I can actually get this stuff out and sell it. Oh, as well, you'll want your spare ammo you want to put in there because, you know, you can access it from anywhere then. And as well, like you're selling stuff that you want to sell, you should put in there. But yeah, that is just, I just think that's really cool that you can do that. Now, Nuka-Cola I'll put in here too because I want to be able to craft that. But so yeah, I think I'm good to go now, except for the fact that I'm kind of low on health and stuff. So let me make some bandage, or let me use some bandages. So okay, I'm happy with everything how it is right now, my settlements. That is a huge part of this mod, guys, is managing this stuff. You know, one of my people went somewhere else, not sure where they went. But yeah, everything is good now. It's all how it's supposed to be. Oh, let me go and check my crops. That's the main reason I came here. Alright, let's see. So, these mute fruits are still... Oh, no, they're still not producing. I don't know why. Some of them are, but some of them are not. Let me see. The domesticated ones are not producing. Maybe they produce slower or something. I don't know. But the domesticated ones are not producing quite right. So, anyway, ring the bell. Get over here, settlers. Get out of the fields. I don't want to talk to you while I'm picking up stuff. See, I don't know. Some of these are producing, some of them are not. It's kind of frustrating, but whatever. I'm going to hop in the power armor and head down, I guess. Where do I want to go? Let's go down to Grey Garden. Let's go down to this area and then go down to Grey Garden. There's some stuff I can explore over here, and then we'll talk to the robots, and then we'll clear out the water plant, and then that should give us the stuff that we need to make more crops, because, you know, Grey Garden is amazing. It's the best settlement there is, pretty much, because you get free workers that don't require anything for the robots. So, alright, gonna hop in the power armor here, and I'll see you once we're down there. Alright guys, going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Horizon and the crafting and all that. Next time we're going to be exploring our way down south, and we're going to be getting Grey Garden and getting that settlement, and then doing a whole bunch more crop stuff. So I'm going to do most of the crop stuff and the crafting and that stuff off screen, but I wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of how this stuff works. So I decided just to kind of make it part of this series. So I apologize for this not having any combat or anything, but you know, I did warn you at the beginning. So, well, hey, a bomb just blew up, so I guess that counts, right? Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.